Welcome to Modular Hippo, the channel where I'm trying to build a 36-foot sailboat in my backyard. In this 29th episode of the components playlist, I am pushing the 12-volt circuit forward. So all the components around 12 volts that I will be using on the boat. So let's take a look. Let's push forward with the 12-volt DC setup, as I will have a max load of 80 amps from the fuse board. I have settled for a 25mm 2 cable to the actual battery that will come down here and here, and that should be good for at least 170 amp. So I think we should be good. So let's start with putting that on. I've prepared some cables. I put the lugs on. I'm just going to put a shrimp tube, and also these cables will be replaced with Ocean Flex cables because these are not tin, so this is just for testing. So the other end I will later on attach to the DIY isolated switch box that I have. So I have plenty of those spare now, so that's good. So we can reuse those because we didn't need those for this lid. With the shrink tubing on, I can now mount these, and I think the best position is these two glands and probably the second or the top hand. I'm not sure which one is best for these two, but we'll figure it out. I think it will be something like this. So you have the top one there. I preferably, if this is where the power is coming from, would have liked this in the middle, but I think that is literally not maybe that important. Unless someone tells me that it is, then I will change that. And this one comes up here, and then this one is then left for the power out that will go through this fuse that goes to the actual fuse and switch panel where all the 12-volt draw will be taken from. Not all of it, because I will have a separate cable coming from the 12-volt battery that will probably 60% of the remaining load of the amperage that I have left in the battery. So this will be for lighting, comms equipment, charging phones, etc. And then the other one will be potentially for as a backup for a fridge, and also for maybe the pumps and other things. So but we'll get to that. As mentioned, this side I will prep with some lugs to be connected to a isolating switch box that I later on can connect the battery to. I will have to put order in for some 25/6 cable lugs because I don't have any left. So before we can connect this to the isolation switch box, I also need to print the housing, and then we can put all of this together. Next we can put some cable lugs on here because I just got them in the post, and that will make it easier for me to connect this one to an isolation switch box, so that when I get the battery ready I can then connect that to the other side. So let's do that. Just need to put a heat gun on these sleeves, and then when the box for the isolator switches is printed in 2 hours, we can assemble that with some epoxy, and then we can mount that to this end. Now we got some nice shrink tube on these, so these looks pretty. I have received some more 10mm 2 cable in the post, so that will allow me to start connecting the trip switches up to all these different chargers. So that's a good next step. They will all handle 30 amp charge, so these 10mm 2 cables should be more than enough. So I put these ferrules on both ends and a bit of shrink tubing. So I've connected it up to all 3 chargers, and now I'm just going to connect it through these glands and up to these trip switches. So let's do that next. Okay, so we now have all 3 chargers connected into the trip switches, and the trip switches are connected to the bus bar. The bus bar is connected to the battery. And then we have a final cable that we need to do, which is the 80 amp fuse, which needs to be connected to the bus bar, as well as simulate going out to the main switchboard that will be sitting at the nav table. So that's the one to do next. Got some more parts in the post for the 12 volt setup. I think I know what it is, so let's open and find out. Ta-da! So it is the BMSs for the 12 volt batteries. So this is the one with the 2 amp active balancers, and also with the port for the heat mats. And some cables. The boxes are a little bit smashed, so I hope that the actual BMSs haven't been damaged. I guess it's been a long travel from China to get here, but I guess we'll find out. So I think the next thing to do here is to find out if I have to marine spray some plastic film on it so it doesn't rust or corrode quickly. So I'll have a look at that and then decide if it needs spraying or not. So let's print the isolation box, and I'm going to print that in the Victron blue. I haven't had a lot of luck lately with printing, as you can see here. It's a lot of shredded pieces. So let's see how this goes. Let's start isolator master print. Not compatible. So I guess the file is not compatible, so I'll do it again. As I created the G code, I hadn't picked a printer, so that was the issue. So let's see if it works this time. Yay, it looks normal. So let's see how this comes out. It has started off okay, which is half the battle, so fingers crossed. So I should have checked this earlier. It's a complete failure print. It looks like an absolute dog's dinner. So I am going to figure out why it hasn't created a tree supports properly, and then start again. I might be able to use the lid, so at least that got printed. So the housing itself is not too bad. I could probably clean that up a bit, but these attachment points here, yeah, there's not much I could have done with that. So let's do it again, and let's do it properly. So in my wisdom, I assumed that these were the same size as what I used for the motor setup when I designed this last year, but it turns out they are much smaller. So I will have to design a little bit of an adapter to make sure that I can still use this design without having to redesign this box. So that's something I will have to put on the list to do. We have received another thing in the post, and I think I know what that is. Let's open it. As suspected, this is the 40 amp fuse for 80 volt that I am going to use for the Orion-Tr Smart when it's connected to the Lynx distributor to make sure that that cable is protected. So all I need to do now is order the cable, and then we can connect this up to the Lynx distributor and power it with the 48 volt main battery to then power the battery downstreams here. As always, thank you for watching. If you are new to this channel and you want to see more, feel free to subscribe. If you are interested in the motor build and the actual boat build, there will be separate playlists on the channel for that as well. If you have any comments, concerns or ideas, please stick them in the comments section and I will respond within 24 hours. Have a nice weekend, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.